Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. That's almost and a half years of Torah every single day. Susie and Jennifer, Bruce, Bria, and Penny, Tara, it's nice to see all of you friends. Penny, thank you. It's broadcast 1337. Boker Tov, everyone. Tracy and Adele, good to see you all. Hope that you and yours are safe and well. Let's see who else is here so we can start together. Barry, good morning. I saw a beautiful picture of you and your beloved celebrating your anniversary. Happy anniversary. Today's Torah is also for you. Judy, it's good to see you. Boker Tov. Amy and Arlene, Jonathan, and Sandy, Dale, and Debbie, good morning. Cynthia, nice to see you. Hi, Amy. Debbie and Deborah, that's quite a feat. Good morning. Siona and Marilyn, good to see all of you. Hope that you and yours are safe and well. Emily and Joyce, Amy and Karen, Janice, sending love to West Palm Beach. Chana, so good to see you. Mazel tov on moving into your new place in Jerusalem, and now to the fun of unpacking. Good luck with that. That can be quite a challenge. Sharon and Carl, Ron, and Arlene. Arlene, thank you for reminding us. Shari and Stanley are celebrating their birthdays. Happy birthdays, friends. Today's Torah is also for the two of you. Arlene and Penny, welcome, friends. Okay, good to see all of you. Let's take a breath, sing a bracha, learn some Torah. Here we go. I'll tune for tomorrow. Oh, Chana, you're in Kiryat Ono. Still closer to Jerusalem than I get to be right now. Mazel tov on your new place. Jacqueline, that's amazing that your dog is trained to come and snuggle while I'm singing. It's so sweet. Friends, there's a lot of smachot, a lot of things that we're celebrating. It's good to see you. And Karen, Brooklyn Babayit, Brooklyn in the house. Amen. I wanted to dedicate today's Torah to my teacher, someone I consider a very, very important mentor in my professional and personal life, our CEO, Eric Goldstein. Some of you, I'm imagining most of you, have already heard that Eric announced that just about a year from now, he will step down as CEO from UJA Federation of New York. I have been blessed for the last 7 years, beginning now my 8th year, serving under him. And he is a spectacular ambassador of everything that is right about Judaism and everything that is beautiful about being American, about being a mensch, And so I wanted to offer today's Torah in honor of my friend Eric. Um, and I wanted to commend his work to all of you. I hope that you paid close attention not only to the response since October 7th, and not only to the response to the Ukraine war, and not only to the response to the pandemic. Every facet of his leadership is worthy of emulation, and I aspire, as should we all, to the kind of leader, the kind of human being who has stood in front of the work that we do. He is a beautiful and special person, and it is a privilege to be close to him. Um, so, over the next year, we will have many moments to celebrate his leadership as we think about whatever next steps for UJA look like. All of them will be forever strengthened because of the enormous, limitless giving that Eric has demonstrated. So let's look at the Parsha, and I'm going to continue talking about my friend because I can't not. This Parsha, Chukat, we've talked about a lot. We've talked about the strangeness of the para aduma, the red heifer, that offering that we bring in order to re-enter life, right? When the priest is in contact with the dead, in order to return to their work, offering sacrifices, they had to go through this very strange ritual. So we spoke about the strangeness of it. We also talked about how when you are one of the when you're another priest, you might be the one who administers this ritual. And it's a strange ritual, but you make a potion of the ashes of the red heifer and a zov, which is hyssop, cedar wood, and water. It's all combined, and then one priest does the sprinkling. And whoever does the sprinkling is affected by that. We've spoken a lot about this, but I want to point out something that typifies, yes, Eric's leadership. It typifies also what it is to be part of a sacred community. Because when you might not know, just let me read a little bit from the Parsha. It's chapter 19 of the book of Bamidbar. The red heifer, the para aduma, is brought outside of the camp. It is slaughtered, it is burned, and the one who does the slaughtering and the burning is, and these are not great words, impure. It's a terrible translation of the word tameh. Contaminated, changed. The priest who does the slaughtering is changed, and therefore for one day can't serve in the holy. And then there's another one who gathers all of the materials and sprinkles it. And they are then affected, and for one day, tameh, unable to connect. And then the priest who has been sprinkled has to be sprinkled twice. Everyone involved in this process becomes tameh, changed. Their ritual status is changed. And this is one of the things I want to amplify in honor of Eric. Because among the things that I've watched is how Eric's humility is always present even when he's the one standing in front, and he always includes others. You cannot change the world if you think you're going to change the world, but potentially you can change the world if you're going to include others. Justice warriors like Lila Watson, who has worked for racial justice for a very long time, have offered sayings like this one. If you've come to save me, you're wasting your time. But if you've shown up because you know that your liberation and mine are bound up together, then we have work we can do. Let's get started. Eric embodies this, has said things very similar to that, has shown up representing us at the site of the Nova massacre, has shown up in Poland, has shown up not only in Israel, but in every corner of New York, making sure that the most vulnerable among us know that they are created in the image of God. But he couldn't have gotten there himself, and he'll be the first to say so. He has an army of angels, including me, who are so proud to do all of the work that he names, and he's gracious in his gratitude and his appreciation, naming all of his partners. The organization that we call UJA is nothing short of an army of angels. 450 or so professionals and thousands of volunteer leaders. That is the only way we are able to do what the Para Aduma did, which is change the status of the world back to alive. We have fought, friends. We have fought for the most vulnerable among us. We have fought for Jewish dignity. We have fought for every category that needs to be fought for. Please God, one day it shouldn't require so much effort, but we have raised untold sums and lifted up countless human souls. It is phenomenal, phenomenal to be part of this work. It is mysterious, truly mysterious. Think about what the Para Aduma represents. We've spoken about it a lot this week, and you've probably heard about it before. For me, one of the first ways I thought about the red heifer, the Para Aduma, was when Beanie Babies were popular. Remember, I had a red cow Beanie Baby, and I thought it was a Para Aduma. But you think about how strange the ritual is. It is a strange ritual. It's impossible to understand. I've been part of UJA for 7 years. And I remember among my first months were countless conversations, including with my friend Panina, who's here right now, and certainly with Penny, who's also here right now, and maybe with Kim, who's also here right now, and countless others. Probably Barry was in that. I'm just thinking Arlene. I can keep on naming so many of our sweet friends who are part of the community, who are now part of our Morning Torah community. And I remember feeling so dizzy and confused. And I kept on asking people who'd been there for longer, please help me. Help me. I don't know what's going on. Panina's waving. You know it's true. And I realized over these years, it's not because I was new that I was dizzy. It's because our work is everywhere and for everyone. And how can you keep track of that? Among the things that I admire most about my beloved friend Eric and appreciate so much about the way he leads is he has assembled good people. He has assembled good people who care passionately and want to make this world better. The Para Aduma does its work even though no one knows how. And what an amazing thing to see that such mysteries abound, that angels exist, that we are, using the language from the Parsha, sprinklers and the sprinkled upon. We are changed when we touch the work, to quote another leader of ours, Jeff Schoenfeld. When we are in contact with the most vulnerable parts of the world, which is everything UJA stands for and everything Eric cries about, when you stand for life in the face of so much instability, chaos, when you stand for life, it is mysterious. And look what we are able to do. Will it end the problems? Halavai, as we say, if only. But right now we get to celebrate a precious leader in this beautiful army of angels, of which you are all part. Consider yourselves deputized, friends. If you haven't already been involved as a leader in the work that UJA is proud to do, step in. You're part of this community. You're part of this Morning Torah community. Do good. Step in. Be part of the community. We can do more together than we're able to do individually. The Para Aduma makes no sense. It's a chok. It's a law that has no explanation. There's actually a section in the Talmud. This is a little bit funny, and I'll probably end with this. There's a section in the Talmud where A rabbi is speaking to a Roman. And remember, the Talmud is written during a time of the Roman occupation of the land of Israel. So the Roman is challenging the rabbi. Oh my God, I know this rule about the red heifer. Of course, Romans study Torah. I don't know. And the Roman says, explain that. And the rabbi gives an explanation. But the rabbi's student is nearby. So after the Roman leaves, the student says, all right, that's what you tell the Roman because you have to give an answer. But really, why? Why, Rabbi? And the rabbi says, God said so. That's our reason. Let me offer that as the final offering of gratitude and praise for Eric. And I hope you all understand this is not hyperbole. This is barely scratching the surface of how I feel and how countless others who've been blessed to work with Eric feel. We do it because it's the right thing to do. There are countless ways of explaining it. And sometimes, even when we do our best, the work can be dizzying. But we do it because it's supposed to be done. The how? When Eric and my beloved friend Mark Meaden, vice president of UJA, when they stood in the north of Israel, in a soccer field where Druze children were killed, murdered, by a Hezbollah missile in a playground, a soccer field. They stood there among the damage just a week after with the Druze and Jewish communities in the north, and they pledged to rebuild that holy space in memory of those holy children. And I'll just share with you now, there was no plan for that. There was nothing in place. There were no decisions made. They just knew that it was supposed to happen. Majd el-Shams is the name of the community in the north of Israel. They promised because how can you not? When you stand, as the priests did in the ancient world, and as we must in ours. They stood between death and life and said, life, life, we're going to make sure life. So I offer you, friends, an explicit invitation if you aren't already involved in our work. Honor the work. Eric would say it's not about him. So let me agree with him just for a moment. It's not about him. But look what his eyes see, and look what his skill and care and compassion have enabled us to do. It's mysterious, isn't it? But it's right. What could possibly be better? What could possibly be holier? The red heifer ain't got nothing on us. So, speaking of good that needs to be done, today is day 636 since October 7th. There are rumors about some kind of deal that will bring all, it has to be all, of our beloveds home. So send your hearts to the east, friends, with me. Let's sing. Kolon baleva pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia od lo avda tikvatenu התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון Virushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.